That's a rhetorical question, by the way. If God be for you, who can be against you? I like in this valley, revelation's about to come out of this valley. Your joy, your promotion, your ministry is going to another level after you leave this valley. It is anointed. He's anointed, but he goes right back to the menial task of taking care of his father's sheep. And what seems like just another day turns into a divine appointment of destiny. Isn't that something? You just think it's just another day. Just another day that the Lord. Yeah, just another day is all sometimes ain't just another day. Woo! Watch the signs. Watch the signs of what's happening. It's not by chance or happenstance. There's already been a war against the Philistines. Should all have been going on. These are the heathen enemies of God and the heathen bullies in the land. Philistines were notoriously skilled, and not only did they have this advanced fighting skills and fighting prowess about them, but weaponry as well. For they enjoyed a monopoly of iron ore. That's where they made all their superior weapons and their swords and military weapons out of, but it was by design. For during that time, Samuel makes a statement about during King Saul's reign. He says that there was no blacksmith in all of Israel. And it's because of the Philistines. The Philistines wouldn't allow it to be so. Israel would have to resort in wartime to farm tools and weapons, or to make them as weapons. And their armor and their swords were made of this inferior thing called bronze. It was the Bronze Age. In a nutshell, the Philistines were world power like America is to the world with nuclear weapons. Every time we hear about a nation trying to do some kind of nuclear test, what does America do? We get ready. We got to stop them in their tracks, because otherwise it will keep us from having the upper hand. So they had it, y'all. For 40 days, these opposing forces stood on opposite hills with the valley of Elah right between them. In those 40 days, the champion of Gath, named Goliath, he challenged them and he spewed all kinds of derogatory, horrible, degrading, demeaning statements to entice bringing an end to the standoff. He wanted a mano-a-mano, one-on-one fight between Israel's champion and himself. Well, Israel got a problem because they didn't have a champion. But David happened to be there and heard Goliath one day out of the 40 days that he's been threatening them. How many of you know you better be careful not only what you say or how you say it, but who happens to hear it when you say it? Everybody don't just take insults and disrespect lightly. Everybody ain't there yet and take things on the chin. They might be nice, they might be a little quiet and not look like much, but do trust and believe it's a Mr. Hyde's just waiting to get out of Dr. Jekyll. Don't think because I'm patient, I'm powerless. Don't think because I'm calm that I'm a coward. No. I saw something that was revelatory the last couple of weeks. I had to write it down. It said, don't consider my kindness for weakness, because there's a beast in me that's only sleeping. He ain't dead. He ain't dead. Tell somebody he ain't dead. He ain't dead. He's yet alive. Jesus was a meek and humble lamb, right? But never forget, he's the Lion of Judah. God is a consuming fire. And David had that kind of spirit upon him, and he took exception to what he heard this giant say. Curse in the name of Jehovah. You can say what you want about me, but who I really love, you need to shut up. I can take it, but who I really care about, you need to just keep your mouth shut. Please, please, be quiet. Because I scare me sometimes. Defying the armies of the living God. Once he heard what was all at stake in the valley, and then once he heard all the benefits from the fight, while everybody else was cowered in fear and trembling, David's faith caught fire. He ignored the sight of his brothers and the caution of his king. So he said, I got to get to this valley and fight. See, it's some folk who are haters. That's just who they are. And then there's others who may even mean well, but they're trying to keep you from your valley experience. His brother was hating, but King Saul was really concerned.